Hey folks, we got another video from the land of TikTok, and this one is titled Auntie's Advice on the Male Loneliness Epidemic. Without further ado, let's get to the video.
They always said it was going to be us, but it's really the men that's going to alone. Let me tell you about it. This past weekend, we had family over. And the reason we're having family over is the niece and nephew wanted to host a pool party. Okay. So, and they're 35-ish. I know, right? I'm old. But anyway, they're 35-ish. But I'm the young aunt, just want you to know. And they came over and they invited some friends. So we got the male and we've got the female, right? So the two, they're both cousins. And so the guy had some of his guy friends down and the girl had some of her girlfriends down. So of course, everybody's like of the right ages, so that, they can have a funky good time. And I'm, doing my auntie thing and sitting over in the corner, under the umbrella by the pool, just watching them. And I mean, I watched two different parties. I literally did. It was like the Sadie Hawkins dance when you were in the 7th or 8th grade and, they have to make the kids interact with each other at all. Let me tell you about the craziness.
Well, first of all, let's get to it, man. I know what she's going to say. I think today in modern society, the problem is that men and women, they don't interact like they used to. I remember when I was younger and we would go to parties and we would go to functions and stuff like that. And that's all you did. You trying to get the number. You trying to holler at the chicks or whatever. I think, and this is for more older, I think she's thinking like in her 30s. So I'm thinking these are millennials and Gen Z. They don't interact with each other as much. The opposite sex don't interact as much as when we were growing up as Gen Xers. Let's continue.
And it wasn't the girls. It was the guys. So the ladies are all, in the 35 range, right? Because so the niece is turning 35 and the nephew is 34. So again, the guys are all about, and the girls, they're all about in the same area. The young ladies are all college educated, no children. They're homeowners, they're about their business, and they're very attractive young ladies. And I really needed to know that they are very attractive young ladies. And also they were young ladies that there was for if you're a dude and you were there, it didn't matter what your type was in the building. Okay. So you wanted a Boricua, they had some of them. You wanted the thickums, there was a thickum. You wanted a slim fit, they had some of them. The athletic built chick, the sports chick, she was there. You decide, that you want to play in the snow, they was there too. I was like, okay, fine. And I was just watching them, the girls having a good old time. Okay. They didn't hookah it up, they didn't drank it up. They didn't, Auntie, I was on ninja slushy duty, so I was doing what I was supposed to do. And the girls having a good old time.
The thing is that women, and I think because she's around my age, she's probably a little bit younger than me. Women, they tend to just be in their own little crowd. And, sometimes as a woman, if you see something that you want, go for it. You know what I'm saying? And if you're a dude, go for it. I think a lot of times this whole interaction thing today is that, women are in this corner and men are in this corner. Sometimes as a man, you have to make the first move. But ladies, if you see something that you like, there's nothing wrong with making the first move and interacting. I think a lot of times women wait so much for the men to make the first move that they can miss out on something. But hey, let's continue.
Karaoke machine out. They start their karaoke, they're teaching each other the line dance. So they get Auntie out there because they want to know the newest line dance. Because, of course, I go to line dance classes, so they want to know that. So here we go. I'm going to teach them the newest of the cowboy line dances. And we're having a good old time. And the men are literally sitting there like bumps on a log. Literally. The ladies done got into their pool. They done got into their pool ensemble. That, they out there and they swim. They're having them a good old time. The guys are still sitting over there like crickets. So Auntie is out there and Uncle is on the grill, right? So he's over there and he's over really interacting with the girls too. Because of course, if you on the grill, then the girls are going to come over to where the food is. And so he calls the guys over, like basically, hey, why don't you help me over here, with the grill? Like basically come to where the girls are. Nothing. Okay. So now the girls set up their hookah and it's like at the table closest to like the grill. And the ladies were welcoming. Hey, so and so, you want me to bring you a plate? Did y'all eat? They're coming out the pool. Come on, we ready to go eat. They're back and forth. They're like, oh, I want to do this karaoke song, and it's a duet. Come do a duet with me, dude. Okay. Well, what kind of stuff do you like to do, dude? Okay, well, we're gonna go to the club later. You should come to the club with us, or we're going to the club tomorrow. Whatever they were talking about, I don't know. At the point there was a club, and the guys were still like,
Yeah. Honestly, I kind of get what she's saying though, because I would go to places just to go, you know what I'm saying? I go to a bar, go to a spot or whatever. And me, man, I'm the type of guy, if I see a woman that I'm interested in, even if I'm not interested in it, I want to make conversation. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to a place just to sit there and don't do nothing. I'm going to make a conversation, even if I'm not interested, because I want to have a good time. And when the women, and now I'm starting to see that the women are making the first moves and the dudes ain't making the first moves. To me, that's a little on the shaky side, but maybe the guys were intimidated. But let's continue.
so now I'm like, just come here. So they're all at random, times coming over to where I am underneath the umbrella, literally holding my lap dog. This is literally what I'm over here doing. And one of them goes, you need me to walk the dog for you? Because you got to walk him because, we don't want anybody stepping in the poo, right? So I'm like, okay, fine. So you go walk the dog and you come back and you're having so much fun with the dog. I'm like, you want to know who likes puppies? Girls like puppies. Why don't you take the dog over by the girls? Oh, they look like they're having a really good time. I don't want to interfere. They're having such a good time. They seem to be having their own party.
Definition of an introvert. I guarantee a lot of those guys are introverts. And introverts tend to do that though. Let's continue.
Yeah, but y'all don't seem to be having a party at all. I mean, it was so bad. So now the girls go in, they go to change because, again, they're supposed to go out tonight. They're supposed to do whatever they're doing. So they didn't go in and they go change. So now I'm talking to the guys. I'm outside. Are y'all gonna is the problem, ain't none of them seeming interesting? Like, what is going on? Like, cause I know they're single because they done all told me. So I'm like, and the one guy, he's like, well, I like this one. The other one's like, I like that one. The other one's like, oh, this one's cute. And I'm like, and y'all ain't talked to none of them. And I'm like, you really have no game. None. And this is the thing. These are not like bum dudes. They are, they're educated. They're stable in their careers. They're upwardly mobile. It's like, dude, just start talking to them.
The problem is the internet. It's this right here. It's this. Everybody is on their phone. It's no going. Back in the days, we didn't have cell phones. We didn't have all the smartphone crap. You had to actually walk up to, if you wanted a woman, you had to walk up to a woman, make conversation, get a pen, get a piece of paper, and get her number. That's how we rolled when I was young. You know what I'm saying? Today, it's like everybody's doing everything on the phone. So what happens with that is it makes people not as interactive as they were in the past. Guys are so used to being on online dating apps and stuff like that they can just type something on the dating app, and then if it doesn't work, they give up. But this is the interact. You're at a party, bruh. I mean, I get it. I mean, you may be scared or you may think that woman may not like you, but if they're single and they're available, shoot your shot.
Like, what they say, closed mouth don't get fed. But this is the problem. This was them. Well, if they want to talk to us, they could have come over here and talked to us. I'm like, somebody offered you a plate of food. Somebody asked you to come do karaoke. Somebody asked, was you going to get in the pool? Like, do you need them to strip naked and drop it like it's hot for you? Like, y'all put no effort. Well, if they was interested, they would let us know they were interested. I'm like, y'all really have no game.
No. These guys they don't know choosing signals. Choosing signals are when, a woman will say something or look at you, or, it's not like, okay, let me break it down for y'all fellas who may not know. For the younger guys, choosing signals are when a woman will tell you certain things to get your attention so you could take the lead position. Her asking you if you want a plate or do you want to do karaoke and all these different things, those are choosing signals. The woman will give you the signal and then you take the lead from there. It's like passing the baton. She's give you the baton, you take the baton and you run with it. But like I said, a lot of guys, they don't get those choosing signals. Let's continue.
And so my question to y'all is the male loneliness epidemic, because we hear about it all the time. And my theory has been that once women could provide for themselves and they started making their own money and they got educated, they did all those things, like men at the same time that women were on that upward trajectory, men should have been learning how to be likable. Like, so yeah, maybe at one time having $3 in a house was enough, but it ain't enough. You got to have a personality. You got to be likable. You got to be like something. And so one of them, the nephew, because yeah, he said, because uncle told me when he was, trying to get with you was egging him for days. And I said, and was. And so he was like, well, so, how'd y'all finally get together? I was like, your uncle was persistent. And finally, when it got down to, we finally exchanged numbers, he kept calling because I was like, want to get off the phone every 10 minutes or whatever. He was like, look, you seem to be really busy. You want to go out on this day at this time. I will figure out and make a date and plan it and just, be ready. And call me 3 days before that date and said, hey, this is what we're going to go do. You need to wear this and I'll pick you up at this time. And you know what? We had that first date, and that first date turned into a 9-hour date because we ended up doing everything. And before that date was over, we made plans for date number 2, 3, and 4. So make effort. You'd be amazed where it would get you. I don't know. What are y'all seeing out here with these kids in these dating streets?
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and make a couple of points before ending this video. Number one, what she said about her husband, I'm thinking the uncle is her husband or whatever. She sees this, and her husband was doing the right thing. He was persistent. A lot of guys aren't persistent because a lot of guys think money will make up for not having a personality. Yeah, you can have money, but you will want a woman to be with you not because you have money or you have assets. You want her to be with you because you have a personality. She likes you for you. And I think the problem is on both sides, because women have made relationships more of a business and men have made relationships more of a transaction instead of finding love. And that's the problem with the younger generations today. Everything is a transaction. Oh, you got to make this. Oh, you got to make that. So all the men have to do is say, oh, I got to make this amount of money. I got to look a certain way to get the women instead of working on personality. And women, all they doing is focusing on looks and all that stuff so they can get money out of a man. That's not how you do it. That's a short-term answer, but that's not a long-term answer. Because what if the money runs out? What if things slow down as far as, finances and stuff like that? Are you still going to be with that man? Are you still going to be with that woman? That's the problem with the male loneliness epidemic. There is an epidemic because a lot of guys don't really know how to talk to women, what to say to women, and what to do with women. Yeah, you can get a woman's drawers or whatever, but at the end of the day, what you gonna do after the drawers? You know what I'm saying? You gotta look at that. But hey, let me know what you think in the comments. I'll leave the OG video in the comments below. It's your boy Jay with another video. It is what it is, man. Just don't sit there. Click on the next video. You won't regret it. I promise you.